Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
What's going on, wrestling fans? The Bat Fry, Kenny Frie here, along with our boy, Cowboy Dave, the showstopper.
Well, what's up, everybody? How we doing today? What's up, big man?
I am sweating. And this light right here, this light is driving me bananas. I'm in a hotel right now in New Jersey. But I'll tell you what, this light is absolutely killing me.
Softball man over there. Get it done down in New Jersey. I love it.
Coach Fry in the house.
Coach Fry in the house.
All right, so you know what? Let's kick it off. Let's get it rolling, or I'm going to end up with a wet shirt here. And
what's up, everybody in wrestling land? How's everybody doing tonight? We want to hear from you. Let's go. It's time. It's the Atomic Drop podcast coming at you. Let's go, baby.
Dave is ready to rock.
Let's go, baby.
All right, brother. We got Raw Recap. A pretty decent Raw. Nothing, too spectacular, but overall it wasn't a bad show. We kicked it off with the champion in the ring, Seth Rollins, and you had Cody Rhodes come down, start to confront him, and then the music here hits. The Beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar, comes down. What were your thoughts on that, Dave?
The place erupted. I got to be honest. I mean, me being there in Baltimore, it was wonderful. I had a great time. Faith and I had a blast. But when that music hit and Brock and Cody turned around, that place went erupted. It just went off. And the greatest start to Raw I've seen in a very, very, very long time, Ken. Very long time.
And if you guys didn't know, Dave was at Monday Night Raw in Baltimore as part of his daughter's birthday present.
Yes, sir.
So did you have fun?
We had a blast. We really did. We got to met some wrestlers down there. We saw Finn Balor. We saw Chad Gable. And we saw Otis. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You thought it was Otis was a rhinoceros just walking around in a T-shirt.
I'll tell you, his back is one big. I mean, I was like, wow, what a big dude. But we got there just in time. It was about 1:30. And they were arriving about 1:45. We missed a lot of wrestlers before because we got there a little late, but we saw the ones coming in, and it made face day. It was a great birthday present for her.
Yeah, and you know what? You had a great time. There's nothing like a live event with wrestling. You get the pyros, the people, and just the show and stuff like that. But hearing Brock Lesnar music kick on like that, I would have went nuts if I was there. It was awesome.
They kept saying rumors that Brock was there. People kept saying they weren't sure if Brock wasn't going to be there, was there, because there were rumors that he wasn't there. But I knew he was there. I was like, he's got to be here tonight. And then when Cody turned around and you heard his music, like I said, that place just went off. It was unbelievable.
Well, you haven't seen Brock in probably a month?
It's been about a month. Yeah, since he broke Cody's wrist or arm. Yeah,
The build-up for that has been awesome. You know what I mean? Absolutely awesome. Before we got a couple comments here. Let's hit them out before I forget them. Mr. Fuji-san.
Mr. Fuji-san.
He says, let's go. The rice is down. My popcorn is ready. It's atomic drop time. Let's go.
Mr. Fuji 2.0 said, let's go.
And Adam Glenn, number one fan. Out of the Box Sports Entertainment, number one fan, Adam Glenn. What's up, fellas? What's up, Adam?
Adam, you are the man, dude. I love when you check in, brother.
And we got Sully, Joel Sullivan, checking in from the Sully Squad on Mondays at
Sully, what's up, baby?
6:30 p.m. Tuesday. Dave, I know you're ready for this, buddy. This Tuesday, I'm going to be on with Sully at 6 p.m. doing an old school show. We'll be talking old school New York Mets. Super pumped about that.
I heard about that. I'm excited for you guys. I mean, that 86 Mets team was amazing. So good luck with that. I hope you guys work out. Sully, we're off next week because of the All-Star game. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Joel Sullivan says Busta Rhymes likes Raw. I mean, why would Busta Rhymes not like Raw, really?
Busta Rhymes likes Raw. Good for him.
Adam Glenn says he does not like Cody Rhodes.
Adam, I love you, man, but I'm a Cody fan, so I'm sorry. We differ on that, but that's okay.
I like Stardust Cody.
I like this Cody better, man. I'm into this Cody big time.
The Stardust Cody would have the star in it.
Yep, I remember. Anyway, going back to Raw, that place was great. It was awesome to hear. And between Brock and Cody, it doesn't get any better.
I'll tell you what. One of my favorite spots on Monday Night Raw this past Monday was Natalya and Rhea Ripley. I mean, Natalya finally took the fight to Rhea, went out there. She was ultra aggressive and almost came away with the victory. It was a super physical match. I loved it.
That match was probably the best match of the night. If I had to, it definitely was. And it was funny. Faith was sitting there watching the match, and I'm rooting for Natty the whole time, and the whole place is rooting for Rhea. And I'm like, no. But I knew Rhea was going to pull it off. I had a feeling she was going to win. But Natty, man, Natty looked good. I got to be honest. She really did.
She looked really good. Both girls looked fantastic. Rhea's super over right now. Everybody loves her, even though she's a heel. She is just white hot right now. It's amazing.
Rhea's on another level right now, but I think Rhea's injured. I want to say her knee's not 100%.
That's why you haven't seen her too much in live action. She's been doing a lot of manager work with the Judgment Day and Dom Mysterio. So. I heard the same thing as well, but she looked good. She looked really good.
Oh, she looked really good. And Rhea's she's got the size, she's got the body. It's just all there for her, you know. I mean, for her to be champ, somebody's going to cash in, and I don't know if it's going to be Io or not, but I hope it is.
So another big match was Dom versus Seth Rollins. You kind of had to know there was going to be some sort of shenanigan with the Judgment Day and Seth Rollins, because Damian Priest from the Judgment Day having the Money in the Bank briefcase. You had that feeling that he was gonna, if he had the opportunity, he was gonna cash it in Monday night. So Dom Seth, it was actually I was surprised it wasn't a terrible match. I thought Dom. I'm not a big fan of Dominic Mysterio. Ray's father is fantastic in the ring. I don't think Dom's quite there yet, but he's fantastic as a heel. He's a great bad guy. The crowd hates him. But so you get to the end of the match there, where they have Seth Rollins down, and it looks like Damian Priest is going to come in and cash down. And what happens? Finn Balor comes down and thwarts that, his own partner, his own teammate in Judgment Day. So that's kind of like a what goes around comes around kind of thing, because Damian Priest did the same type of thing, similar thing at Money in the Bank, where it looked like Finn Balor was going to win that championship, interrupted him, and this is where we're at now.
There's definitely some issues going on with the Judgment Day, with Finn and Priest, with Priest having the belt. The briefcase. I get all that, and that's fine. But to me, Finn Balor was there all day long, and he gets the last 5 minutes of the show. I was like, how do you do that to Finn Balor? That's not cool at all.
They're trying to play it off that he's depressed or bummed that he didn't win that championship. They kept saying, "Oh, we don't think he's here. He's not here tonight." And obviously, you were there, so you actually seen him.
I saw him.
You were a spoiler, Dave.
I'm sorry, I was a spoiler. We did see Finn, but to me, I like what they're doing with this with Finn. I really do. They're playing it off. Priest is gonna. I don't know if Priest is gonna. I think Priest might not even cash in. He might lose it. Like he might lose that money back briefcase if he tries to cash in.
I don't think so. I think if he does cash in, it's going to be a win. So
you do? See, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that.
Maiko Spencer says, "What's up, fellas? Did Natty find the fountain of youth that night?" And he's now a Rhea Ripley fanboy. He saw some pictures when Rhea was blonde.
Now he's a Rhea fan? Okay.
She's a different person when she's blonde.
Well, she looks good without the makeup on.
I like the makeup. I like the dark. I like the goth. I like the goth look. Yeah, 100%.
I'm okay with it. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's all good. Who's this?
Maurice Wright checking in. What's up, Maurice? He says, Mamba on the Sixers now. They definitely need a big man that plays big. It would totally help. I don't know anything about basketball, Dave. So
why are we talking Sixers? It's a wrestling podcast.
What? We're out of the box sports network here, man.
This is true. We talk about everything. Silly me.
I don't know anything about basketball, Dave. So
I can help you on that. Yes, they do need. I mean, they have too many big men as it is. I mean, they just signed Montreal, I think it was, or something. But Joel needs help. We all know that. But the Sixers second round exit. That's their life. That's pretty much where it stands.
I don't watch a lot of basketball, but I do think Joel Embiid will win a championship, and it will be with the 76ers.
I hope you're right. I really do.
So we got Adam saying Finn is out.
Finn is out where?
He didn't look out. I think he means out of the Judgment Day. That storyline moving forward is going to be so good, I think.
I don't think he's out yet. They're going to keep playing it on. They're going to keep playing with it for a while up till SummerSlam. Then we'll see what happens from there.
So the last big thing for me on Raw was the Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey interaction. So I'm not a big fan of either of them in wrestling. MMA, I love Ronda Rousey. I absolutely loved Ronda Rousey when she was fighting for the UFC, and a huge fan of her. wrestling wise, too vanilla for me. Too much. They push her too much as a badass. And compared to some of these other women wrestlers, she's not a badass. It's not like Brock Lesnar. If you compare him to the other men's wrestlers, the dude is a badass. He's a legit badass. Ronda, she's just a small fish, if you ask me. But when Shayna came out and cut that promo on Ronda, that was easily Shayna Baszler's best promo of her career, easily. And she really laid into Ronda about her not earning her spot, just being handed to her, and how Shayna had to work her way up from the minor leagues and stuff like that, basically from the ground up. And I thought it was fantastic. It was a great. And then that knee that she hit Ronda with was solid. And I was so angry that Ronda didn't sell it more. Like she went down hard. She laid there. She was out flat. And then she kind of turned and leaned on the ropes like, Shayna. Like, what the hell is that? Like, come on, Ronda.
Yeah, Ronda didn't sell too.
Say bye.
Hey, how we doing, everybody?
That's assistant coach Michelle and her husband Kurt.
Hey, what's up, Coach?
All right, yeah. So you know what I mean. So I was so angry that Ronda didn't sell it better. Like she sold it initially. She sold it so well. Like looked like Ronda's out, man. She is out. And then she kind of looks over, leans on her arms, Shayna. Like come on, Ronda.
Shayna.
So for watching wrestling as long as you have, when you see something like that happens, usually the person that gets hit like that, they're leaning on the rope and they're scowling or something, and they're like they look like they're out of it, but she just looked like she just woke up. You know what I mean? Like, right. It's like, come on. Yeah, I thought she could have done a better job. I am now starting to look forward to this match. I thought Shayna did a hell of a job selling it.
My question is: Are they going to sell this match to SummerSlam, or are they going to drop it before SummerSlam? Because I don't know really where they're going with this.
It's gonna be a SummerSlam match, no doubt.
Okay, then that'll probably be Ronda's last shot, or last hurrah WWE for that for against Shayna. I like where they're going with it. It was very surprising going back to Money in the Bank. Nobody saw that coming. That was when Shayna went after Ronda at Money in the Bank, everybody was like, "What?" I mean, eyes just bulged out. Like, what is going on here? But
and so there's this dude on TikTok that does if there's a wrestling event, he goes live. I've watched a bunch of his other shows on TikTok, and so he was doing that live, and he's just kind of talking through the match. And when Shayna attacked Ronda, the dude was up out of his chair, screaming, because he thought the same thing I thought. I thought there was going to be a turn, but I was thinking it was going to be more Raquel and Liv,
right?
Than it was going to be Shayna and Ronda. But our boy Maiko has been calling her for weeks now, saying that Ronda's going back to the UFC. So.
And yeah, it's definitely what she's going to do. That's what it seems like anyway. Hey, Eileen, how are you?
Eileen, check in the number one fan. Number 1A. No, 1A, her and Adam are 1A. So
yes, 1A.
It's a shared title.
But Shayna said something in her promo that I really liked. I owe you. What do I owe you? I thought that was phenomenal when she said that. And,
absolutely. It's not like Ronda got Shayna into the WWE or anything like that.
Right. No.
So Shayna was there before Ronda.
Way before Ronda. Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's like, you just rolled your way in, and I had to work my way up. So I kind of like where they went with it. It kind of reminded me of Shawn and Hunter. It really did. Yeah. Those two when those two were going at each other and they had to feud. I don't know if that's kind of similar, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. A little bit similar. Best friends, coming up together, and you don't see it coming, and then when it does come, you're completely shocked. But like you said, with Ronda, probably going after SummerSlam, you have that feeling that she's going to be gone for a long time, just like you had a feeling that Shawn was going to be gone for a long time.
Right. But I mean, it wasn't as long as Shawn and Hunter, but it was kind of a similar situation.
Yeah.
Which I thought because I thought of that. I was actually thinking about that this afternoon. I was like, I didn't think about it. I was like, wait a minute, that's the Shawn and Hunter thing, and it hit me. I was like, okay, whatever.
Adam Glenn says Paul seen it coming. Yeah, absolutely. Paul seen it coming for, like I said, for weeks now.
Yeah. Paul did definitely see it coming. Yes.
Adam says, I hope Ken lets Michelle be the coach. We're a united team, Adam. We're all coaches. We're a three-headed monster.
Michelle's running the show, guys. I don't know.
Maiko also said, Paul said, I think Ronda has 3 months before she can contend for a vacant title in the UFC.
Okay, now we talked about that before. Her going to UFC, I don't think that's such a great idea.
I don't think so. I mean, unless she's been working on different parts of her game, because when she was in, she was easily the most dominant woman fighter in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But you see what happened in her last couple fights, when finally the competition was able to catch up to her and pass her out. To be 100% honest with you, has she evolved enough to be able to make a run, to make it a viable run in the UFC? I don't know.
I mean, her being a mother now, no longer single, going back to UFC, that's a lot. I don't think she'll do. I don't want to knock her down and say she's not going to do too well, but I'm not seeing it. I mean, these UFC fighters are, they're ready to go, and
oh my
Ronda.
God, yeah.
I just don't want to see her get hurt. That's all. I mean, she's great at it. Don't get me wrong. She had her time, but I think her time's faster. I really do.
I agree 100%. Yeah, I think if she does go back to UFC, I think she's going to get slaughtered. So
I do too. Yeah, that's how I feel. But I think Shayna's going to slaughter her too, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, it is. Well, I don't know if it's going to be a slaughter. I think it's going to be a really good match. They both can wrestle. Especially with Ronda's judo background, so that they can wrestle. It's not going to be anything flashy though. You're not going to get like an Io Sky, high flying, or you're not going to get a clean, crisp, 30-minute match that you get out of Asuka and stuff like that, or
oh no, it's not going to be something like that. It'll go 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most.
Hey. Look, say hi to everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
A couple of the Janes there, my daughter and my niece.
There you go.
Yeah, so
little family there.
Eileen says, wasn't it Vince Russo that said Ronda is leaving? I don't know about him. He is pretty bitter about stuff. I don't believe half the stuff he says. Russo can be an idiot, but
I'm not a Russo fan. I never was a Russo fan. I don't really pay attention to him too much.
Russo, there's some ideas that he had when he was a writer or whatever the hell he was that were fantastic. They were pretty good. Between him, Cornette, and
I'm a Cornette guy. I'm not a Russo guy.
I like Cornette as well.
I do too.
I think Russo has such a big mouth and seems like a pompous ass that it just makes it enough where you don't like him.
Oh, but he ruined the Attitude Era. He tried to. Yeah. I mean, big time.
But when he went to WCW, he's one of the reasons why it never worked there, because he just absolutely was garbage. Whether or not there was behind the scenes stuff between Hogan and him and Bischoff not getting along or whatever it was just absolute garbage.
I agree.
When he took over. But it seems to be legit. Like the stuff, the rumors that you're hearing, I don't know if it's all coming from Vince Russo or not, but yeah, it looks. I think
Ronda's days are definitely limited. That's for sure.
He says Ronda's salty for losing to Holly Holmes, getting kicked and knocked out, but without Amanda Nunes, if she works on her boxing, she will be the champ. You know what? And it's not only her boxing, but it's her defense, Paul. Not to we got the Fight Club 215 now. That's what we're doing.
Right.
Talking UFC here. But it wasn't only her boxing, her defense. Like she was against Holly Holm. I remember watching that match, and I was so excited because I thought Ronda would dominate her. As soon as she started getting hit in the face, her hands immediately drop. The head is up, and she's just looking to take her down and try to get her an armbar because she couldn't box with her, and that was it for her. Like you said, she started working across. She caught that kick right in the chops, and that was it.
Do you think Ronda's size has a lot to do with with her being as small she is for UFC? Do you think that has a lot to do with being a disadvantage, being into that cage or whatever they do?
No, I don't think so. I just think she's not a well-rounded fighter. She's a judo fighter, and once you were able to isolate that or find a way to combat that, then you take her strength away.
Gotcha.
It's like football with Bill Belichick. What does he do? He finds the other team's strength and takes that away from them. So you have to beat them with your weaknesses. I mean, it's exactly what it is. It's smart.
Gotcha. Okay.
Real quick, Maiko says very true. She is lost on submission moves right now, and she's one-dimensional, and that's what hurt her. She was very one-dimensional. It was all arm bars, all judo, and that was it. So one last thing with Raw. Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was going to say I'm going back to that Shayna and Ronda thing. I like what they're doing. I think this is definitely advantage Shayna by a long shot. And Shayna's got. I mean, her run I mean, they really have to get her into that title picture because she deserves.
It's not gonna happen. I think what you're seeing is gonna happen. Either they're gonna add titles to the women's division, which they should. There should be an Intercontinental Champion in the women's division, and there should be a U.S. title in the women's division.
I agree with that.
But there's no reason why it's just one or two championships: the tag belts and the Universal title.
Right.
What is there? There's two. Is there one or two titles in the women's division for the?
I believe it's Well, there's Asuka, and then there's what do you call it? Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now either.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is her name?
Oh God. Just
Rhea,
right. So there's Asuka and Rhea, and then you got the tag team titles on SmackDown and Raw, actually, I think, isn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think that as well. So tag teams. Tag teams, real quick. I really like the tag team turmoil that they do now. They did that a few weeks ago with the men. I loved it, and they did it with the women this past Monday. I thought it was fantastic.
Vince didn't care for the tag team division, as you already know that.
Yeah.
But when Triple H taken over, Triple H has really made that tag team division better, more, and people are actually more into it, I should say. So
so it was a number one contenders match, is what it was,
right.
And it was Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green are now the number one contenders. I was going for Kaden Carter and Katana Chance, the girls from NXT.
Right.
I was really pulling for them. They were last to get in. I'm like, they're the last ones to get in. Maybe they'll get away with it. But it ended up being Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green, which
I'm happy. I'm a Chelsea Green. I like Chelsea Green. I do.
They're decent. Yeah, they're decent in the ring. So
she's very good in the ring. She's good on promos too. And her and Sonya are together. I think they just make a good tag team. They're good. They're decent.
Yeah. And so the only thing that bugged me about the tag team turmoil was when Kaden Carter and Katana Chance were in the ring. I'm not sure which is which. I think it was Kaden Carter was out there waiting for the hot tag, but she wasn't holding the rope. Like, that bothers me. Like to keep it, like, for tag teams, you got to hold that rope. She was like halfway in the middle of the ring, and then she received the hot tag and she went in there. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. That for some reason that bothered me. It really bothered me. Like, I got to see her hold that rope, that string that they have for tag, and stretch it out if you have to. But she just let go of it, and she ran to the middle of the ring, got the hot tag, jumped in, had some terrific moves.
Right.
But that bothered me. That was the only thing that I didn't like about it. Otherwise, I thought it was a fantastic match.
I thought the match was great. The match itself was great. It was long, but it was good. It was very good.
When you have all those teams, there was.
As I'm saying, too many tags. Too many. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no squash matches like in the men's.
No, not at all. But I'm happy. Like I said, I'm happy for those two. I'm glad they won. They deserved it, as far as I'm concerned. But Chelsea Green, like I said, she's working her way up. She's only going to get better.
So we got a couple comments. Maiko says Shayna versus Rhea would scare me. Too badass. Oh, man, that'd be a lot of fun to watch, actually.
That would be awesome to watch.
Shayna is getting better in the ring, but she's super physical, and Rhea's big and physical, so you can get a really monster versus monster type physical type match.
Shayna's a professional, though. Shayna's good. She's just good. You know what I mean? She knows her stuff. Eric
Winklejohn says sacrilege to use HBK's moniker. I don't know. Is he talking to you there, Showstopper?
I think he's talking to me. Yes. You're talking to the other Showstopper.
He's just a sexy boy. What are you gonna do there?
That's Eric? What he is, baby.
You're just a sexy boy.
Yes, sir.
Eileen says Rhea. Yeah, we couldn't remember her name for some reason, and she says just one tag team title. She thinks.
I would. You know what, Eileen? You're right. It is one tag team title. I was wrong. You are correct on that. Yes.
She says Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan are the only women's tag champs.
That is correct. Yes, they are.
The women need more tag teams. Liv can't carry the beauty of the WWE. Just saying.
Wow.
One more before we move on to SmackDown. Maiko says, I think Raquel will run the women's division when she's given the chance. And she's going to be a lot of fun to watch because she's built a lot like Rhea. Maybe not quite as big, but she's going to be a lot of fun to watch when she's a singles competitor. Because sooner or later she's going to turn on Liv and she's going to squash her.
See, I don't think she'll turn on Liv. I just don't think. I think they'll just separate them and she'll go single wise.
All right. So
I'm not seeing a turn on Liv. Nah.
I think there will be.
Okay.
I think there will be.
Maybe.
How do you split them up then if there's no turn?
They just lose the titles.
All right, I could see that.
They lose the titles. They split up. One goes one way, go the other.
All right, so I'm going to do a sponsor read here before we move on to SmackDown. I got to find – there it is. I always lose it. Monkey Colt Coffee. Check them out at monkeycoltcoffee.com for the bourbon chocolate chip-infused coffee and, of course, toasted coconut rum. Yum. They also have a new flavor coming out very soon, a non-flavored Sumatran blend. As you see, a regular old run-of-the-mill coffee. It's going to be fantastic, no doubt. Also, at monkeycoltcoffee.com, they have T-shirts, coffee mugs, tumblers, cold brew pitcher, which I absolutely love, and K-cup adapters. If you have a K-cup machine and you want to try the ground coffee, they have K-cup adapters, so you could use your ground coffee in a K-cup machine. So that's at all that and much, much more at monkeycoltcoffee.com. And at checkout, make sure you use the promo code OOTB Sports. That's OOTB Sports at checkout for 10% off. And also, real quick, for every bag of coffee sold, for every item sold, Monkey Colt Coffee donates a portion of the proceeds to pediatric cancer research. So it's a good cause. So you'll buy yourself a T-shirt or a bag of coffee and help the kids out. So let me get that off the screen here.
Very nice.
There we go.
Get your Monkey Colt Coffee, everybody.
All right, so now we're going to hit some SmackDown reaction.
Before we do that, let's go back to the main event at Raw, if we recall correctly. Seth gets away scot-free, and we said before, Finn comes down to the ring, messes it up for Priest.
Yeah.
Little dissension in the Judgment Day. It's all good, but I mean, I was just happy to see Seth get out of there scot-free and just walk with the title. I was okay with that.
Well, and they're building up something big for Judgment Day. They're building up something big. It's going to break apart. Do they kick Finn out? If Judgment Day stays together, do they kick Finn out? Do they kick Damian out? Sooner or later, it's going to come down to Finn and Damian. And if Damian doesn't win a cash-in opportunity, if he cashes it in and he doesn't win, it's going to be because Finn has something to do with it.
That's my point, right? I don't think he will. I really don't think if he cashes in, he's not going to get it. I just don't.
So it's going to be interesting how they build that up. I think it's going to go past SummerSlam.
It might.
So I could see. I could see something happen at SummerSlam, obviously, and then carrying over to Survivor Series, next major big pay-per-view.
Yes.
The big boy pay-per-views and
don't they have another one after? I think they have one after SummerSlam, or is it before SummerSlam?
A small. Well, you have SummerSlam, then a small one. Like I don't know what's after. Almost like a
I forget. Is it Fastlane?
No, I think Fastlane's in February or March. That's before,
okay. Gotcha.
That's before WrestleMania, I believe.
Okay.
Or is that it's before?
Well, I know they have Payback in September. I know that. I'll be at that one.
Well, so it's Payback then. It's after SummerSlam.
Okay, then it's Payback. I thought I saw Fastlane in there somewhere. I could be.
Well, I could be wrong. I don't know.
I'm okay. if anybody knows, let us know because we would love to know.
Eileen, we're looking at you, Eileen. You know.
Yes, Eileen, we're talking to you.
All right, so we'll move on to SmackDown. And to be 100% honest with you, I did not see the first hour of SmackDown because we were just getting at the hotel. We got here I think it was 10 after, quarter after 8. And by the time we got everything up to the room, settled down, and my kids finished watching Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. After that was over at 9 o'clock, I was able to turn SmackDown on for a little bit. So
gotcha.
So you can let all of us know what happened in the first hour of SmackDown.
It was very crazy. It came out. Paul and Solo. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Let's run it back here. The Usos came out to the ring. First of all, before rings, let's switch that Raw to SmackDown. Can we do that?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I did, but I switched back. Yes, sir, Dave.
I'm just saying, we're talking SmackDown now. There you go.
What the showstopper wants, the showstopper gets.
Hey, it is what it is, baby. Okay, first of all, the Usos came out. They started off the show saying, "We pinned Roman. We are the Usos. With Tribal Chief is done. Call it a day." So Heyman and Solo come out. Heyman says, "My name is Paul Heyman. Everybody knows who you are. We get it." But
love Paul Heyman.
Yeah, how can you not? Everybody loves Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's a genius. We all know that. Solo doesn't say anything. Just stands there like he normally does. And Paul's talking to the crowd, and saying that the only person that can talk is me. And then Solo takes the microphone, throws it away, and says, "Only person that can talk is Tribal Chief." And then Roman comes down to the ring, talking his trash, saying, "I'm still the Tribal Chief. You can't. Okay, I got pinned once. Big deal. No big deal. I'm still running the show." So the Usos are in the ring. They're doing their thing. And next thing you know, Roman's like, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm not the Tribal Chief anymore. I am done. It's over." So finally, he bows down to Jay. Jay's sitting there like, "Okay, what are you going to do?" So Roman takes off his, what do you call it?
There's his chili pepper necklace.
Yeah, thank you. Chili pepper necklace, takes it off. And the next thing you know, low blow to Jay. Jay goes down. And then the carnage just went off on that whole thing. It was all Roman and Solo beating up on the Usos, kicking the crap out of them. And then Roman says, "You think I'm going to give up my Tribal Chief? I don't think so." And then they just kept going at it. And Roman, beating up on Jimmy. And Jay beat up on Jay. Jimmy goes to the table from who was it? Solo. Solo jumps off the apron. Not the apron, I'm sorry. The what do you call it?
Barrier?
Barrier, thank you. Off the barrier, onto the table, takes out Jay. Or takes out Jimmy. Sorry. Jimmy? It takes out Jimmy. Yeah.
Jimmy, yep.
Takes out Jimmy. And then the carnage is all there. Roman says, "I'm still the Tribal Chief. I'm running the show." And then we went to commercial break, and that's pretty much where it's at. And at the end of the commercial break, Jimmy and Jay went into the ambulance. They went to the hospital to look on Jimmy because Jimmy was injured. So when I turned it on, they did mention that Jimmy was in the hospital and stuff like that. Yes.
Jay was on his way back. So I didn't see what happened to Jimmy. I assumed that there was some sort of stomp, some sort of beatdown from by the hands of the Tribal Chief and his lone warrior now in Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, so Solo. I mean, Solo was like tonight was his night. He did really well. He was that big jump in on the table was taking out Jimmy was huge. That was a big jump for him.
Maiko says if Raquel turns on Liv, she better call 1-800-HURT-123. Our boy Jay Fine Law attorney Big Al. And then he also says, "I'm telling you, the Balor Demon is coming soon." I agree with Maiko. I think the Balor Demon is coming.
I think it'll come at SummerSlam. He'll definitely show up.
Here's one person Eileen mentions that you haven't heard a whole lot about, and I feel like he's going to make an appearance soon. I'd like to see Bray Wyatt come back and be in Judgment Day. Can you see Bray Wyatt taking over Judgment Day? I can see Bray Wyatt taking over Judgment Day.
I could see it, but Bray has been. I've heard so many rumors about Bray. I don't know what's going on with Bray. I keep hearing he's coming back. I keep hearing all kinds of different things. But do the fans love Bray? Sure. He could take over Judgment Day. I don't see why he wouldn't. But I just don't think it's a fit for him. But who knows?
Well, he's not going to be if he were to take over the Judgment Day, it wouldn't be the Funhouse, the Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. It'd be or it wouldn't even be Wyatt family Bray Wyatt. It'd have to be something Judgment Day-ish. You know what I mean? Like he coming out with the black and purple and stuff. Still be his Bray Wyatt type character with the slow, methodical speaking with the southern accent. But
Right.
It just wouldn't be the Firefly, the Fiend, or anything like that. I don't think anyway. But I think it'd be awesome if he did take over the Judgment Day. But I don't see it happening. The rumors that I've seen online, the interwebs were saying that Bray Wyatt will be coming back, and it'll be the Firefly Funhouse type gimmick still, and Uncle Howdy and stuff like that.
I keep hearing rumors of the Fiend, but I don't know how true that is either. I don't know what they're doing with that. I think Bray will be back. Maybe SummerSlam, possibly.
Adam says Damien is the leader. If Finn is out, that very well could be it. We'll have to wait and see. Eileen says just SummerSlam, then Payback, and then probably goes right into Survivor Series in November.
I keep hearing Fastlane.
I always thought Fastlane was after Royal Rumble. I thought it went Royal Rumble, Fastlane, then your Elimination Chamber, then WrestleMania, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Maiko says SummerSlam, Payback, and Fastlane, and Survivor Series. So okay.
Okay. I heard Fastlane in there. I just didn't know where. I just didn't know exactly where it was.
Which makes sense because Payback's in September. There would if there's no Fastlane, that means there's nothing in October to lead up to November Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, Dave, when Survivor Series was on? Like, was it Thanksgiving night or was it Friday night or something like that?
I do.
That was awesome when they used to do that.
The Goblin Gooker, is that what his name was or something like that?
Yep, the Gobbly Gooker, yeah.
Right, I remember him. Yeah.
Oh, and they used to form the weird teams and stuff like that. You know, the Ultimate. What was it? The Macho Warriors or the Ultimate?
It was all kinds of different teams.
Like that was one of them. Like they had some really neat teams there. They kind of got away from that in the past.
They don't do that anymore. Not as much as it was Hogan Squad versus somebody else. I get it. I mean, but
Eileen says the first 40 minutes of SmackDown was the Roman Reigns and the Usos. No. I watched it because the Yankees are terrible.
The first 40 minutes was. It was. I mean, it took up the whole show.
I thought that was going to be the at the end. To be 100% honest with you, I thought they were going to have the trial or whatever it was at the end, and I'm like, I'll be able to see that, and they'll have a couple matches in the beginning. I'll just miss those. So I was kind of surprised that that's what they led off with, but after seeing the way it played out on SmackDown, it made more sense.
I kind of figured Jimmy was going to come back and finish the SmackDown at the end. I kind of saw that coming.
With Jay, when Jay came back,
Jay, I keep saying Jimmy. I mean Jay.
That's all right. They're the same person. They're brothers. They're twins. It's fine. Michael says, called that low blow. So easy to see. Acknowledge this to the nuts. Yeah, he acknowledged
it was coming. Nuts. It was definitely coming. I saw it too. I was like, oh, here we go. Payback from what he did at Money in the Bank.
Mike also says Bray with Judgment Day would be crazy. Sister Abigail soon.
Yes.
And Adam Glenn says Bray is unity prone. Injury prone, probably. He means.
Injury prone. Yes, Bray always does get. Yes, Adam. Bray does get injured a lot. I agree with that.
Oh, Mr. Fuji says.
Mr. Fuji 2.0 is there.
Fuji 2.0 and the showstopper at Payback. Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. The showstopper will be at Payback. I am excited. I cannot wait.
And the showstopper will be there with Mr. Fuji. Fantastic.
I'll be there with Mr. Fuji.
Adam Glenn says the Yankees and Mets are terrible. You know what, Adam? You're back on the list, Adam. That's it, buddy. The Mets were losing. They won 5 in a row. The last time I seen them, they were losing.
It was 2-1 last time I checked.
So I see it was 3-1. Now it's 3-2 in the fifth inning.
Gotcha.
So I'll take that. Within striking distance.
What was that? Jay versus Roman. What did that say?
Jay versus Roman at SummerSlam. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Absolutely.
You know what? And so Paul Heyman carries around those stupid belts. They made it a unified title. Why he's still carrying those belts around is beyond me. But then at the end of SmackDown, you seen Jay holding up the new Universal title.
Yes.
So I mean, is he going to hold on to it? Like in years, back when we were younger watching wrestling, sometimes you'd see that where a wrestler would steal the title and hold on to it until the big match, at the pay-per-view or whatever. So I wonder if they're going to play that off. I mean, Roman still has 2 other belts to walk around with. So
I don't think so. I think Roman will get it back. They'll give it back to him.
I think so too. But Adam says the Phillies swept the Rays, and I do believe they beat the Marlins today. In
ninth inning home run. Yes.
Yeah. Who hit that home run? My daughter was telling me, but she didn't know.
Pache.
Who?
Pache.
I don't know who that is.
They got from the A's. Christian Pache.
Oh, okay.
Hits the ball, fly ball, center field, and the ball just kept carrying. And next thing you know, went over the fence. Phillies win 4-3.
Wow. So back to SmackDown. Sheamus match. Sheamus and U.S. Title match. Sheamus and Austin Theory. Terrific match.
Great,
I'll tell you.
Great match. Phenomenal. I mean, of course. What do you call it? Pretty Deadly got involved in it, of course.
Idiot's Pretty Deadly. I can't stand those guys. That drives me nuts.
They were trying to help Theory out. Didn't work too well. Actually, it did work. It did work. I should say
it did work. Theory's still the
Yes.
U.S. champion with shenanigans and some backhandedness and distractions. So you have to see that there's going to be a 6-man tag match being set up here between the Brawling Brutes, Pretty Deadly and Austin Theory. When they're going to do it, I don't know. Is that going to be at SummerSlam? Is that going to be?
I think that'll be I think that'll be SummerSlam. I do.
I agree. I can see that opening the show. To be 100%
Sure.
honest with you, it's going to be a good strong match, a lot of good wrestling, and that's a good warm up match.
But kudos to Theory. I mean, he has been U.S. champ for over 200 days now.
And a lot of his wins are all cheap wins.
Well, a win's a win in the WWE. It doesn't matter how you do it.
A win's a win anywhere.
Exactly.
Except for college football, where if they find out that you're cheating 6 years down the road, they make you take all those wins away. So
this is true.
It just happened to the LSU coach.
But I think Theory's days are numbered. They're coming soon. I think he's going to lose that soon.
I agree. I agree as well. If he's not going to wrestle for the title, if he's not going to defend the title at SummerSlam, it's going to be that 6-man tag match. So I could see maybe him losing it at possibly Survivor Series. My thought is probably if he's not in the Royal Rumble match, maybe at Royal Rumble, he might even hold that until WrestleMania before he loses it. I don't know.
Possibly.
So
I keep reading articles on Theory. They're saying his time's coming soon. So
you think because he's won so many cheap ways that sooner or later it's going to run out, but.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you keep thinking that. I mean, Sheamus tonight. Are they ever going to give a title to Sheamus? I didn't think they were going to do that.
Man, I love Sheamus. Sheamus is my boy ever since he came in.
Quickest pin in history.
Yeah. Well,
WrestleMania.
Who was it? Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan. Yep.
Yeah, he gave. Daniel Bryan was kissing. Who do you give a smooch to?
I forget who we had. It was his manager. I don't remember who it was. Was it Paige?
No, it wasn't Paige.
Okay.
I don't think it was one of the Bella sisters, but I feel like he turned around, gave.
It might have been one of the Bellas.
Gave a smooch to whoever it was, turned around and got a boot to the face, and 1, 2, 3, and that was it. It was awesome.
Game was over. Yep.
It was awesome, but it was also a bummer because they could put on a hell of a match. Those two guys, Sheamus and Daniel Bryan, and it's kind of a bummer, but it was still exciting either way.
It's like Randy. What Randy did to Seth? Remember? Pop up, RKO, game over. Yep.
Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. It was
AJ Lee.
Man, I miss AJ Lee.
A lot of people do. You're not the only one.
Well, not only could she wrestle, but we like AJ Lee.
Yes, I was AJ Lee. I was an AJ Lee fan. How about when she kissed Cena in the middle of the ring? Hysterical.
the crazy AJ Lee when she's when it was Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk or whatever, and CM Punk's like, I did crazy chicks or something, So
Yep.
Maiko says, I think it's main event: Roman versus Jimmy, Cody versus Brock, women's triple threat. Yep, I think those are all going to be matches at SummerSlam.
Yeah, it's possible.
It only makes sense. Those seem like pay-per-view worthy matches. Big pay-per-view. SummerSlam is the second biggest pay-per-view for WWE. So,
I mean, I would love to see Jimmy win, but I'm not. I'd love to see Jay win. I would. I just don't think he's going to.
I don't think he's going to either. I think it's going to be a hell of a match, though.
I do too.
I knew this would get Maiko. Said, "Oh my God, AJ Lee was pre-Liv Morgan." Yeah, that was Maiko's girl before Liv.
Okay. So I got you.
Eileen says they should have Sheamus win the IC title because he never won that, and that would complete his.
That would complete it. Yes. Yeah.
And I agree with that. They should do that, but will they? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't.
So let's go to Asuka. She comes out to the ring. We'll move on from Sheamus and Theory. Like I said,
done with that.
So Asuka is out in the ring. Love Asuka. Hell of a worker.
Nobody's ready for Asuka.
And so like they don't let her talk too much, because
you can't understand her.
Yeah, that's because of the Japanese accent, and she doesn't have a whole lot of English in her vocabulary. It seems like, but she gets on the mic for 3 seconds, then Bianca's music hits, and she comes running down, and so her and Asuka are kind of rolling around. Then you have Charlotte's music hit. Yes. Like, oh boy, she's running down in high heels, which is absolutely insane.
How does she do that? I can't.
I don't know. I like my ankles hurt watching her do it. So
only Charlotte.
So she's hoofing it down to the ring. She gets in there. They're all mixing it up, and then Io Sky and Bayley come out. I'm like no, this. I was like this can't happen. This is unbelievable. And they're all over Asuka. They're hitting her with that briefcase. Bayley, her finishing move to Asuka on the briefcase. I'm like, that's it. They're done. But then you have who came in for the save? Was it Charlotte?
Charlotte. Yep.
Was it came in for the save, and Charlotte's like, not
happening. Not happening. What was funny though? If you noticed the match, I shouldn't say it was a match because it really wasn't a match. It was a promo.
It was a good segment.
But it was a great segment. It really was. But during the segment, which I should say, when Io came in and knocked out Asuka,
yeah,
Io didn't give the case to the ref. Bayley did.
Yeah,
Bayley said she's cashing in. Io never said that.
No, I didn't. You know what? I seen it, but it didn't dawn on me. Like that didn't really click at all. Not that it mattered because the ref never rung the bell. Like never.
Right.
Asuka has to be able to answer the ref. She has to be able to stand up and get ready to fight before they ring the bell. But yeah, I didn't. You know what? Now that you say it, that's really interesting, and I'm sure that's on purpose as well.
Because Bayley gave the case to the ref and she's cashing in.
Yeah.
Io never said that. No. Io didn't say anything.
Well, I'm sure that's what the intention was to run down, run down there like that, and they're doing that for a reason.
Right.
And that's the great thing about Money in the Bank. That is the greatest thing about Money in the Bank.
Best.
Like anytime that champion's out there, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like it can come from anywhere, and it's great. There's so many different things that happen.
Well, that's what makes it fun. You said that, like I said, it makes it fun to watch. It gives you, it makes it more interesting.
Now, I wouldn't expect this to happen, but I remember years and years and years ago, I believe The Undertaker was the champion, and he ended up losing the title on a house show in Pittsburgh. And I don't remember who he lost it to. If it was to like a Stone Cold or something.
Very rare do you see a house show title loss, but it happens from time. It does happen.
It does happen from the time to time. But wouldn't that be something? Because it's so like you never know when it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be something if the next time we watch SmackDown, you see Io Sky come out there with the title. Hey, I cashed in my Money in the Bank in Cleveland in Columbus, Ohio, or some small like.
They would tell you that they'll tell you that on the SmackDown or Raw. They would say, "Oh, by the way, we were at a house show and this happened."
Yeah, you would hear it, but I think it would just be amazing for them to come out like she's the champion. Everyone's like, what happened? But with today's internet and stuff like that, it would be out there. There would be footage of it and stuff. But like when the Undertaker lost his title at a house show, I think that was like the early stages of the interwebs. So I did see it come up on the internet. I was like, but there's no way to actually did this happen until like the next episode of Monday Night Raw? I'm like, oh my God, it doesn't have it anymore. What happened? And so I thought that was pretty neat.
No, I agree, totally. But it was great segment. Those three, and it's gonna be a triple threat going to SummerSlam. So very exciting.
Maiko says, wasn't it Edge who cashed in on Undertaker? It might have been. I'm not sure. Adam also says Edge. I'm not even 100% sure it was a cash-in. I for some reason I thought it was just a match, but it could have been a cash-in. It's so long ago, I don't remember the exact details of it.
Well, Edge is the master of the cash-in. I'll give him that one. Mr. Fuji!
Mr. Fuji-san would like to say, great show, and he's about to go paint the fence. But tomorrow, Fuji's Philly Flair with legendary DJ of the Tough Crew at 11 a.m. So make sure you check out. I'm going to throw it up there actually real quick. Fuji, not Mr. Fuji, Fuji's Philly Flair.
Mr. Fuji? Is Fuji going to be on Fuji Flair?
That should we shouldn't be on there. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I hit the wrong thing.
No, you didn't. You had it.
No, I hang on. We're all messed up now. No, I put the background up instead of the
gotcha.
The overlay. There's another one. I'm off a little
I'll
bit.
I'll tell you.
Here it comes.
There it is.
Yeah, so make sure you check out Fuji's Philly Flair tomorrow at 11 a.m. Like Mr. Fuji said, with the DJ from the Tough Crew. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. The debut episode from Philly Flair.
Mr. Fuji 2.0 has got a lot to say today.
Mr. 2.0 here with the breaking news.
You're breaking up a little bit. Oh, well, he's breaking up.
Is it me?
You're back. You're good.
Okay, that was me.
You're
I
good.
thought it was you. I'm like, uh-oh.
No, I'm good. It's you.
Am I good?
Uh-oh, he's breaking up again.
You're frozen.
Not me, you. I'm good.
That was you.
I'm not freezing at all. I'm good.
On my end, it's you. You're like this.
Nah, I'm not freezing at all. I'm good, man.
I hear your voice, no,
I'm
so
good.
anyway, SmackDown. What else do we have from SmackDown to talk about? Anything else?
The Grayson Waller effect.
Oh man, I hate that guy too.
Your favorite guy.
Oh man. Grayson Waller and Pretty Deadly, they should be a team. I can't stand those guys.
I'll tell you, Grayson Waller versus Edge. I did not need this match tonight for no reason. There was no reason for this match. None. The only thing I can think of.
Bad match. It was basically a filler.
I'm okay with. I'm done with Edge. I mean, I love Edge. It's over to me. It's done. Just move on. You gave me Edge.
I think he still serves a purpose.
You gave me Edge when you could have gave me LA Knight tonight. That's the way I look at it.
He's retired. I told you.
He's not. Okay, you say so.
I told you.
You're freezing again.
Retired, and I'm frozen again, right?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, the internet's really is kind of spotty right here where I'm at. So anyway, yeah, we gotta roll through this before I actually lose internet, and we'll be up a creek then. It'll be just the showstopper.
I'm stealing the show tonight, baby.
But yeah, I thought the Edge match, Edge Grayson Waller, was just a filler match. It was just to take up some time before Jay and Roman had their finish at the end there. It wasn't a bad match, but like you said, Edge has had his time, but it's good to have him there to give a rub to somebody like Grayson Waller. As much as I hate Grayson Waller, he needs somebody like that to give him a little bit of a rub. Like, oh, hey, Grayson Waller had a great match with Edge. Now he had a great match with so-and-so and a great match with so-and-so. So it gives him a little bit more legitimacy. I
can see, okay, if you're going to give me Grayson Waller and Edge, I'm okay with that, but let Edge put over Grayson Waller. There's a reason for Edge to win that match. None.
Well, and I think if it's anywhere else but Madison Square Garden, I think he does.
Maybe that's why.
Like I say, if it's a pay-per-view, I can see it. I can see Edge putting him over. But I think because it's Madison Square Garden, it's a historical. It's he had some huge moments in his career there. And that's exactly what I think it is. I think if it's anywhere else, I think Grayson Waller possibly goes over.
I can see that. I totally agree with that. But Grayson Waller is he's growing on me. He is. He's growing on me. I like the Grayson Waller effect for some reason. I don't know why. I just do. I think it's hysterical. But it kind of reminds me of Carlito's Cabana, he's coming back. I'm excited.
Awesome. If we can get more Grayson Waller in the ring wrestling instead of the stupid Grayson Waller effect, I think I'd be all right with it.
Yes. But it reminded me, like I said, a lot of Carlito's Cabana. The way it was set up. But I keep hearing my man is coming back soon. I'm very excited. It might be a payback too. I don't know. We'll see.
I keep hearing it as well. So who knows? It's coming up, and he looks like he's in great shape from what I.
He looks great. He looks great. He does. He's very. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like apples too. I like apples too, big man.
Adam says, Fuji, I want you to interview Jen from the best show ever. Jen? I don't know what that means.
I don't get that.
This is the best show ever, and there is.
This is the best show ever. Are you kidding?
Maiko says, go to sleep, Mr. Fuji. Geez, you old man. There's only room for 2 Asian guys in this wrestling chat. Now acknowledge me. Ken's freezing. Stop me.
Oh, go to sleep, Mr. Fuji 2.0.
All right, I'm going to do a read before we move on. Are we done with SmackDown?
Yeah. We're good. Yep.
All right, so I'm going to do a sponsor read here real quick. Our boy Jay Fine Law. Since I'm in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, why not, right?
Sure.
So we got Jay Fine Law, attorney Big Al at 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Jay Fine Law, specializes in motor vehicle accidents, slip and falls, workman's comp, and personal injury claims. You can call Jason 24/7 directly at 267-962-4895, or Maiko, our boy Maiko there, the Asian Persuasion, at 267-303-7324 for a free consultations. They now have 3 office locations throughout Pennsylvania and New Jersey. In New Jersey, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 3 Greensward Lane, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And the number there is 856-209-5258. And then Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Steel City. And the location there is 500 Grant Street, Suite 2900, Pittsburgh, PA, 412-365-8151. And finally, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. The office located at 1628 JFK Boulevard, Suite 2120, with the phone number there, 267-888-2980. That's J Fine Law.
1-800-HURT-123.
Absolutely. So, and real quick, we got the old school show coming on Tuesday. 6 p.m. Myself and it's Sully's show, but I'll be Sully's guest talking New York Mets baseball, New York Mets 1986 baseball. So
wow, that sounds like a great show. Exciting.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of it's a hell of a team. So a lot of craziness surrounding that team. Leading up to the '86 World Series and after the '86 World Series. So
and you can talk to my partner in crime for the extra inning. So have fun with that.
Yep, your PIC from the extra innings on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m.
The Sully man
this Tuesday.
Okay,
right,
okay.
So we'll move on to our last subject here. So a little bit of old school before we check out of here, Dave. We're not going to go 2.5 hours today, buddy.
Not today.
So especially with the internet, cutting in and out here, it's a struggle right now. I'm sweating bullets here because I'm really nervous.
I want to thank our viewers for watching. I would love to thank our viewers for watching because you make our show. If it's not for you guys, this show, it doesn't happen. So I'm just saying.
If it wasn't for the people watching, it'd just be a couple goofballs sitting here on a computer
that is
screen
correct.
talking about wrestling.
Oh, I want to thank Mr. Fuji 2.0 too. I like him. He's a good guy.
Mr. Fuji.
Mr. Fuji.
Showstopper there, Dave Yarnall,
yes, sir.
Cowboy Dave.
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Wrestling aficionado.
Yes, sir.
So back during the biggest time of professional wrestling, the Monday Night Wars.
Oh God.
Who do you got? I think I know who you got because your nickname is the Showstopper. But who do you got? NWO or DX?
Oh,
who's
man.
the better faction?
I am a DX guy all day, all night. You know that. I love DX. When they made the original DX, let's go back to the original DX, okay? Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Chyna, and Ravishing Rick. And to me, DX is just it made wrestling. I mean, I know the NWO was before DX. I get that, but the segments they did, so much. They did so much. They really did, and they made. And Shawn and Hunter killed it. All those segments, but the best segment of all was the poker time. The poker game was the best one. I'm sorry, that was just to me that just made it all right there. But Shawn being champ, going against Stone Cold WrestleMania 14, that whole segment thing was amazing. Shawn had his time, and then Stone Cold ran with it and just took it from there. But DX bringing in X-Pac and Badass and Road Dogg and they just kept going from there, and they just kept just saying NWO got old after a while. Got to be honest. I mean, there's so many members of the NWO. He couldn't keep track. Every time he turned around, there was a new member in the NWO.
Well, that's where they went wrong, in my opinion. Is if they keep it limited to 5-6 members total,
right?
I think they're fine. But they went almost a whole roster was on the NWO. You have heat on nobody, and now you're infighting. So then you go NWO to the NWO Wolfpack, and you have all sorts of infighting. That it wasn't. It got stale. It got pretty stale, which is
quickly
because.
But you got to remember, the NWO and DX are all about the click. It's all about the click.
Yeah.
Think about it. Because when Hall and Nash were Razor and Diesel coming to WWE, their contracts left or were done. Scott leaves. Kev stays. Kev goes. Okay? So Kev and Scott go to WCW, run that show over there, and you had Triple H and Shawn run WWE, or WWF at the time. So the Click ran both organizations, which made wrestling. It just did, and then from there, WCW war, WWE war, but it was DX versus the NWO. It was fun to watch, man, from the late 90s, early 2000s, I guess I want to say. But fun.
So they were the same, but they were so totally different. Like
different.
They served the same purpose for each organization. NWO was, without the NWO, I think WCW folds a lot sooner, and without DX, their raunchy brand of basically like promos. They're already terrific wrestlers, but their promos were raunchy and funny. Without them, it doesn't lead WWE into the Attitude Era. It doesn't really, they don't overtake WCW then without them. So, but they're so different.
No, go ahead.
They're so different in the way that NWO was like a gang. They're kind of portrayed as a gang. They'd come out, they'd stomp people down, spray paint their back, just run roughshod over everybody. Whereas DX for the WWE, WWF, they're more comedic. They're still running roughshod on people, but not the same way that NWO was. And the NWO was more thuggish, whereas the DX was more lighthearted, funny, raunchy, X-rated. Like it brought that edginess to the WWE, which was
definitely X-rated. Definitely X-rated with DX. But you got to remember too, during the DX era, Shawn was still going against Bret too, so it was kind of like
And that was early DX.
Right.
And so I think if I had to choose, I think I would probably go with DX, even though I like the original NWO idea with Hogan, Hall, and Nash. But then it got too stale. Like I said, with the Wolf Pack and stuff, they kind of lost me with that stuff.
I mean, there's so many members on each. I mean, then
they split.
Scott and Kev jump over to the Wolf Pack.
Yeah. I mean, like even Sting was a part of the Wolf Pack. It's part of the NWO, and Sting was like the whole anti-NWO guy. I'm like how does this doesn't make any sense?
Then Macho Man jumped over. He was NWO. Yeah. DiBiase was NWO. Kurt Hennig was NWO.
And Macho Man was the first victim of the NWO, and he ends up in the NWO. It's like it doesn't make sense to me.
When it first started, it was great because, like I said, it was the Click. They originally Click. And actually, if anybody can answer this question, if you're still watching our show, which we really appreciate, there were two members of the NWO and DX that were both NWO and DX. Can you name them?
I know it, but I ain't going to say it.
No, I know. I just want, if anybody knows that, if you want to comment on it, two members that were NWO and D-Generation X members. If you can name them, we'd love to hear from you.
I'll tell you what, the first person to name it correctly, you'll win my admiration and respect.
There you go. I like it.
That's more than any gift or any monetary donation that you would receive. So while we're waiting for an answer from our fans out there, I'm going to go ahead and read our show schedule.
Okay.
Our show schedule. Real quick here. Let me get that banner off. So our show schedule here at Out of the Box Sports, Mondays, 4 p.m. Joystick Junkies, 6 p.m. the Sully Squad, 8:30 p.m. the Big Blue Power Hour. Then on Tuesdays, this Tuesday you'll have the Old School Show, Joe Sullivan's Old School Show. I'll be his guest, and we'll be talking 1980s New York Mets, how it led up to the '86 World Series, and why didn't they win more. And then normally at 8:30 on Tuesdays, you'll have extra innings, but extra innings will not be on this Tuesday due to the All-Star game. Wednesdays at 10 a.m., you have myself with the Batcave. 8 p.m., you'll have the College Football Frenzy coming at the end of July. I believe that's July 27th. I could be wrong, though. 9:30 p.m., them 205 boys with Maiko And our boy here, the showstopper, Cowboy Dave Yarnall, talking Dallas Cowboy football. Thursdays at 8 p.m., you have Big Mike's 4 for 4 Locker Room podcast. Currently, Mike is off the air because he's having huge internet issues where he lives, and it could be a few weeks yet. Fridays at 10:30 p.m., you have the Atomic Drop podcast. That's what you're watching right now, of course. Saturdays at 10 p.m., you have the Vegas Sports Scene. We will not be live. It's supposed to be Vegas Rob's triumphant return tomorrow, but we're going to have to hold that off another week because I'm here at a hotel, and you can kind of see what the internet reception is like. And I don't know if I will be available or I may be intoxicated. I don't know. So we're going to push that off a week. Coming soon, you have Fuji's Philly Flair, which is tomorrow at 11 a.m. Commander's Gridiron, which starts up at the end of July 25th or 26th, I believe. NFC East Roundtable. The pre- and post games for the Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Notre Dame Fighting Irish. A debate show is on the horizon as well. And, of course, the Old School Hour. And there's going to be a bunch of different teams that they're going to do Old School Hour for. We're going to kick it off with the New York Mets. There's going to be the San Francisco 49ers, I believe, the Dallas Cowboys, stuff like that. Maybe even some Old School Raiders. I'm trying to talk Joe into doing that. So we'll see what happens there. So that, and if there's anybody out there watching that wants to do a podcast, give us a shout out. We can point you in the right direction, get you started up and stuff like that. So get this off the screen here. We have a couple comments. Let's see what we got rolling here today. Let's see if anybody got the correct answer. I think somebody did.
Okay.
Yep. So
Who was
Adam
that?
Glenn was the first one. And Adam Glenn said Ravishing Rick Rude and X-Pac.
That actually, ding, ding, ding. That is correct. That is correct. Yep. Good job, Adam. Actually, you know what?
Yeah, you had Rick Rude.
But I made a mistake too. There was actually three. There's actually three.
Who's the third one?
You don't know? Adam, you're right. Rude and X-Pac, that is correct. And I did make a mistake on that. There was actually three members that were actually DX and NWO.
Are you going to say Hornswoggle? I don't know.
Nope.
Who is it?
The showstopper, Shawn HBK Michaels.
He was an NWO?
Yes, he was. Yep. Go back.
I'm gonna have to look. I did not know that.
Go back to a Raw, and Big Kevin Nash is in the ring. He goes, I want to introduce the newest member of the NWO, Shawn Michaels.
All right, I'm gonna have to look that up. It does not ring a bell. I'm sure I've seen it, but I do not remember.
But Rick Rude and X-Pac work. That was correct. Yes, thank you, Adam. Yes.
Sorry, Eileen. Yeah, no show tomorrow. You can see, I'm freezing like crazy here. So
yes, you are.
It wouldn't make sense. So
yep. Go back to that Raw. Nash in the middle of the ring, and he introduces Michaels as the newest member to the NWO.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because, like you said, the click and stuff like that. So it makes sense.
Yep.
All right, so that's all I have. Is there anything else you have, buddy?
I think we're good. I'm good. I want to thank everybody for what in the world? Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, nobody took us up on their offer of filming themselves drinking the Grimace Shake, see if they survived or not. So we have no video to show. I feel like McDonald's might have stopped serving it now. I think Grimace's birthday is over or whatever. I don't know. Which I'm kind of bummed about because I wanted to try it.
I don't think I would have tried that, but I would have loved to see somebody who did.
Oh man! So for those of you that don't know, I like being the center of attention. So I would have really played that up. I would have had purple shit all over me. So
I would have loved to see it.
All right, so that's all we have, I believe. Right, Dave? You have anything else, buddy?
I'm good. No, we're good to go.
All right, man. Only an hour and 10 minutes. I
want to thank everybody for chiming in tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for checking out. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Out of the Box Sports Entertainment. Like I said, I'll be on next Tuesday, 6 p.m. with Joe Sullivan, the Old School Show, and then 10 a.m. the Bat Cave. And then back here Friday again with the Atomic Drop podcast at 10:30 p.m. next Friday. And then next Saturday, I should be on the Vegas sports scene. And then Cowboy Dave, you want to let them know when you're on next?
I will be on next. I'm off this Tuesday because of the All-Star game for extra innings. I'm not sure what's going on with the Wednesday 215 boys yet. I don't think we're on so for a while, but you'll see me next Friday with the podcast of the Atomic Drop podcast, and I'll be on the following Tuesday for extra innings with the Sully man himself, Mr. Sullivan, Joe Sullivan.
Yep, yeah. The extra innings will not be on Tuesday because of the All-Star game. So.
All-Star game, yes. All-Star game is yes. That is correct.
All right, so that's it for us. I'd like to thank everybody again, and we'll see you guys next Friday.
See y'all. Later.